Hey everyone, super excited to be here today to talk about some amazing UI and UX improvements. Myself, Tyler Copeland, and Julia are both here in Berlin and have had an amazing time this week working together. I think some of the highlights have been, I think the biggest highlight has been with the new UI improvements is people coming over to us and talking about different issues that they've had using BigBlueButton more recently. And we've been able to say, well, this has actually been addressed in the new UI. And here's some of the amazing experiences that we are been working on. So, but overall, yeah, I can kind of dive into the different pieces for the conversation. Did you did you
Yeah.
want to?
Oh no, okay, I can, if anyone is listening to me, okay. So just a really quick thank you to Arn Ahinipe that is supporting our project from MCOM. So you've been hearing a lot of us talking a lot about the new UI. So in some previous summits, we had already been developing it. So we started doing, just to remember, we did a lot of research, a lot of new, some sketches and trying new things. So here's some examples, just kind of remember and to everyone know that there's a lot of research and user testing behind our new UI, and design just doesn't just make things pretty. This was the first version we presented on the first summit this year, so it's been a long way since that. And we did some user testing events and with students, and getting some feedback through the Figma prototype. Here's some photos. And so this summer, what we've been working on is updates and improvements to the interface now that is being developed by some of our team. I also worked on the new media management menu, UX, thinking about how can we improve that. Some first steps to think about the mobile experience of this new UI. We also updated the clickable prototype so that maybe we can even do more tests in the future. So here's some the vision of our new like default the first screen that you see when you get into the BBB meeting. So the updated sidebar navigation, the buttons that you have your quick actions, so microphone, camera, reactions, like that what you see right now in this version, and also the little media button. Yeah, you can go to the next one. Here's some of the stuff that has been kind of improved and updated. So the last time we didn't have the user list yet, or the new messages that we're already using kind of right now, and also profile settings that will allow you to kind of set up everything that you need, your camera, microphone, through all on the same panel. So one thing that I kind of focused more on was the media management menu. That's our idea, to have everything that is content sharing on the main presentation area would be in the same menu. So this was the first version that we did, and it wasn't as good as we think it could be. So we kind of looked at it and tried to improve it. So this was before. And here's the new version. It's more visual, it's less text, so that it doesn't really overwhelm the user, and we hope that will be easier and more accessible to use. Here are some of the user flow through the how to upload a new presentation or a YouTube link. So you can just click on the icons, and you would have like a preview of your presentation or the link, and it has consistency so that it's easier to use throughout. And here are some of the screens from like the mobile test that we've been doing, some of the new ideas of how to translate this new UI to a mobile version. So these are a lot of ideas, and then we'll get to a point of having like the final mobile UI.
Awesome. I'll dive back into the conversation here. So, one of the things that kind of my focus was to take all the amazing stuff that Julia has updated and then refining our original prototype that we put together in Figma. So, these links here, which we can share afterwards, allows us to be able to go out to existing customers and new individuals to test and continue to iterate our concepts until we really ensure that we're providing the best user experience. So, as Julia said, we worked on the new media menu update. So next week, my focus is to continue to showcase this to customers and capture feedback and iterate on it. And a lot of the updates that we've done so far have been through the findings that we've received from the user experience studies that MCOF put together and some customer conversations that Blindset Networks has had on the new UI. So a lot of fun. In addition to this, there's an ongoing question of we've worked on all of the designs in Figma, and how do we get it to development, and how do we ensure that there's consistency and continuity between what we provide in design and what's the customer's experience with in that final version. So there's a lot of ways that design and developers can work together, and this morning, Julie and I had some fun on just experimenting with a variety of different tools and functionality that Figma has for teams. So one of the things we've been circulating the conversation around here in Berlin and back home is the idea of like a true design system. Designers in Figma use design systems to ensure that the designs we put together are consistent. They follow the principles, the colors, and the rules that we've defined. But the amazing piece about Figma is that this information is actually all accessible to developers, and it will support the efforts for developers to develop our designs in a consistent way. So here's just like an example. So Julia and I were building a true design system in Figma, and now with this built out in the way that it is in a design system in Figma, users or developers can actually interact with these components. And on the right-hand side here, it generates React code. Is it 100% perfect? It's not always, getting you to 100%, but does it get you to 60%? Does it get you to 75%? And, it's a way for us to look at how to start moving forward with a lot of the designs and experiences we put together and starting to build that consistent user experience. So I had some fun. I actually built out using cursor.ai to actually start building out components. So just understanding that experience from Figma to development. So I just used the AI tool to create a simple React application using Storybook as the wrapper to render out the components. I think some of the developers internally have talked about this, and I actually created a React button using the designs that Julia put together, all usable code and different interactive props within it as well, showcasing icons, etc. So it's just not only does it get easier and easier for developers to build out our designs, but now allows us to have a really true system in place for when we start to really go deep with the plugin architecture. And with this in place, it allowed developers around the world to be able to reference our design system and allow them to be able to build plugins and build on top of BigBlueButton in a more efficient way. So big week on the design team, iterating designs, building prototypes, UX research efforts happening next week, exploring mobile designs, and experimenting as a good development week. Designers are now developing with experimenting with design systems. So an amazing week. And yeah, what's next? Continuing again to refine refinements. As designs are going into development, there may be things that we might have missed or maybe to iterate on, and design systems, and design systems. So that's everything on our end, and we really appreciate everyone here, everyone remote, and all the customers that have given us feedback along the way. Without all of you, we wouldn't be here today and not moving the BigBlueButton interface in the direction that it's moving in. So thank you so much.